There is a representative Pitagaya quote: freedom is never more than one generation away from the extinction. We need the freedom from lower races. Lost ethic and did not obey the law but cannot get a salary and accept the life of homeless. Instead of doing that way, just giving 30% of the US land to the 30% of the immigrant is the best. If lower race force us to work for them, to talk to them and to stay close to them, because they feel that it is not fair for them. Don't ask too much from us. Nothing is free. Our next generation, we cannot let lower race to take advantages on us by using discrimination law and equally treated. From their side, they will see it is not fair that upper races do not let them to talk to them as a friend, not for job, as a friend. We live in US and we should not let lower races win over us by misusing the American culture. American culture is a friendly but not friendly for everyone. Americans have their own limit and they use the culture to brainwash everyone to treat them friendly. This is the way lower race are doing. Oh, this is American culture. They have their own limit. And I always see that how much friendly can they give to everyone. Even they give the law, the real rich people, can they do that one? England prince, he can give really, really generosity to their citizen. It is kind of a princess, not for making friend. It's just going outside and just show that generosity only. Are they going to stay at the nursing home and giving generosity all the time? This is called rich people. Americans have their own limit and they use the culture to brainwash everyone to treat them friendly. Use another nice word to get friendship and relationship from American and Chinese all together at the same level. So I'm going to talk about the manner equally treated at the healthcare program. Lower races can complain only when upper races, either physician assistant, nurses, and nursing aide, do not take the lower races as their parent. As their patient, not parent. I cannot take the physician job because I failed the USMLE Step 1 exam twice. When you take that, I failed the exam and I cannot be a physician. So I'm just saying, I'm not going to take the medical license exam again. No, I already tried my best and I failed again and again. Is that the exam is too difficult? When I enter the examination room, all the questions are postdoctorate level or master level. Not even for USMLE Step 1 level. So I feel really happy that I didn't pass the exam. If I pass the exam at the time, I need to work as a physician right now. And then I took the nursing aid classes and also for nursing program. I don't think I can do it. Either nursing aid or nursing classes. The way American asking for generosity from bottom of your heart is a lot. It's too much for me. I can't do it. So I failed the exam and I cannot be a physician. So if one day I change my mind, I want to take the exam again, that because of that speech, you will tell me that she won't be a good physician. I will take that one. Because the way American expect from the physician, nursing aid is a lot. No one will pass that kind of requirement. It is good for a patient. It's too much. It's like a slave. I have discriminated and I cannot cure the lower races. Thus, I cannot take the physician as my job. You do not say that I will lose the medical license because I cannot even take the job. Are you clear for that one? The same like I turn down the customer service position and loader position at American grocery store and Chinese grocery store. I can tell that like I can take that one. I cannot treat lower risk patient. That's you will not give me the medical license to work as a technician. You need to hire all the African or lower risk to work for that position. How about that one? Is that too rude? So like don't ask like so many requirements to get a medical license. Just try to be like kind of like good for employee side too. Don't care only about the customer service side. The patient also customers too. The way like your requirement is too good for the customer, for the patient. It's the same like if you want a white guy, you need to be patient. You need to be faithful to him. You need to be a good woman for him first. You need to give everything you have to him. You need to give everything means that you need to be faithful your time. Yeah, the way like he went, and also like even like he didn't like you need to be patient and wait for him. It's Chinese retarded way. I'm sorry. This is the way my mom gave it to my father. But I'm my mom daughter, but I cannot even meet that kind of requirement. My mom is like, she's really nice. I can never ever be the same like pass that exam, pass that requirement. The one like all American women, they are requested or they just want the requirement. I will never ever pass. Like I can give you the exam like the same like medical license exam and then like even medical fee. Oh, from bottom of your heart, from good minded. I don't know who passed our requirement. I won't pass. So I can take the medical lab technician and or hair career technician job instead of like physician and nursing aide and nurse. So all kind of like technician job are without communicating with the patient as a customer. Lower races cannot complain that upper races discriminated to them with a manner, using because of paycheck at work or because of sharing the public facility at public. For all the haircare technician job without communicating with the patient as a customer, upper race did not see, talk, and treat them the same level. It means that like upper race did not allow lower race to be their friend or friendly neighbor or friendly community. It is not a kid school, a children's school, to complain to the teacher or American woman and they will force the upper race to be your friend or friendly with you. Don't be as childish. It's very low standard way. Upper races do not let lower races enter into their group. You do not need to be assumed. It means that they look down on you and they cannot allow them to enter their group. Do you feel shameful to enter our group? No, you can be happily to get your own group rather than slave for our group or either upper race group. The upper race either rich, normal or poor classes. Right now we have our problem is not class problem, it's race problem. You want to complain to the teacher or American woman that you will become a slave in our group. They will help you to force the upper race to be your friend or friendly with you to enter the group, right? As a teamwork. Even like working together, you feel like, oh, I feel like a slave. If she talk to me, if she walk me like a very friendly, those are like kind of like the college student level or high school level. Can enter the group with their power. Forces for not being treated you as a slave in our group too. You need to ask to no one. you are going to ask for everything, right? If you prove me that we discriminated to you, we will teach our own people how you use the all American woman power to enter our group and we can fight with you 5 years later. So we are going to get a degree first. After we graduated from college and you became a grown up, right? So we need a college degree because like without a degree we can be a manager. You got a manager position and you don't feel you don't feel secure, and you just want to fight with us. So you also need to grow up, and also like we also need to have the education to get a higher position. Fair and square. Do you want to complain for discrimination? They can go ahead and do that one. I'm Chinese and communist. If American and Chinese cannot behave like the higher than lower races by giving us the reason of communism in freedom country US, we need to be friends with lower races, and we need to let them into our society. Representative Peter Maya on his Facebook, he said that staffing challenges. We all know that like staff shortage in health career is due to the African and lower race demand to treat them like the same level and to treat all the lower race as our patient. Are there other ways around? I don't think so. 9 out of 10 patients we got at the hospital are lower races. When I was nursing aide, I got almost all, like kind of like, not almost all. I mean, like I saw like a lot of like the ratio is a little bit high. We cannot keep our ethic and integrity anymore. Hypocritic oath, Mahatma Gandhi, non-violence political ethics are very dangerous for our races. Representative Maya always say, impressed. How African use discrimination law equally treated American culture human right on us by using sweet and nice asking way. How American and Chinese need to fall for their sweet word and nice asking way. If we fall for their sweet word and nice way, we need to give them friendship. After we give them friendship, they will enter our society and part of our family, which is our adopted parents, adopted children, our husband, and our wife. They did not see that they asked too much from us, the lower races. They saw that upper races needed to treat lower races the same level as their fiancé to treat all the same, because they are asking, you need to treat me the same. Just ask your boyfriend to treat you the same with another girlfriend of another girlfriend. Maybe your boyfriend have the two or three girlfriend, right? Just ask him like, oh, you need to treat me the same level. That is called African woman way. They are very, very nice. They are very innocent. The way they are asking is, I always see that one very nice. But that African woman is not my wife. I'm not a guy. Even like she gave me a woman position. I'm not a woman. I mean, like the way she asking is like kind of like she's behaving like my mom, right? And after we give them friendship, they enter the society and become our part of our family. They did not see that they ask too much from us, so we need to treat everyone the same as your fiancé to treat you the same. If we did not fall for their sweet word and nice asking way, they used law, equally treated, human right, American culture, pointing out that we treated them terrible. We lost our job. Without job, we cannot support our family. So we need to let them talk to be our friend and give them polite customer services. It shouldn't be that way. Let lower races and African win over us. Is that fair for us? Am I right? Impress it again? Our country is not socialist country. The more increase in equality and treat each other equally, the more upper race people are giving humane for them. Upper races need to be seen ourselves as the same level. In other words, the same like distribution for wealth to the lower races, and increase welfare and give away humanitarian to poor and homeless lower races. It is called socialism. The way we are using is socialism, not capitalism, not American way. It is called socialism. Discrimination law and equality treated are for socialist country. African use rule for our classic behavior. The same like handshake. They want to touch every hand and body parts. Because American way hack kisses. They need to know clearly proud, grandiose, and classy, so we can beat lower race easily. If they want to use the law to talk to us the same level for classy people, we can prove them that like they misuse the law. But classy feature, they count that Be the lower race people, we cannot change our classy feature to talk with them, to work friendly with them, and work because of the paycheck. We also have the right to show them the light. We cannot talk friendly, cannot work friendly. It is not socialist country. Capitalist country have also classes too, different classes. Do not use your IQ to try to get their friendship with the upper races using the law. It is very low life way to use like that way. Do not feel a little bit of shame when you talk to me like the high school student we're using the teacher power, instructor power. But I'm Chinese. That my solution is a communism. If my solution do not impress you, please tell me which point is not impressive for you. And also, like Representative Peter Maya quote, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We need the freedom from the lower races, giving 30% of the US land to the 30% of the immigrant is the best. If lower races forces us to work for them, to talk to them, to stay close to them, don't ask too much from us. Nothing is free. For our next generation, we cannot let lower races to take advantages on us on using discrimination law and equally treated. We live in US and we should not let lower races win over us by misusing American culture. American culture is a friendly, but do not use the way I work. Do not use the way I work. Americans have their own limit, and lower races use culture to brainwash everyone to treat them friendly. Shame on that one. African and lower races is shame on you. Use another nice word to get a friendship and relationship at the same level from us. Lower races show us with here that if we treat them the same level, they will feel secure. We do not want to solve the problem like this. I just tell lower races that if lower races came to the US, their embassy came to the US with them, or they have their embassy in US, to cry in front of us to give the pressure and situation of the heartbreak and devastation only. No visible part of the distraction that like African and lower race twisted the law and try to get the friendship and enter our community right now. We didn't see any visible part like they are going to destroy them. They are going to destroy and like they are going to enter the relation, enter our community. But I didn't see any visible part. But I already know their intention. The law already make for them not to feel inferiority, but they use the law to get a friendship. It's visible for us to see that they are prostitute and they want to get our husband and wife. Am I right? This is like kind of like, oh, the way like you pointed out, like we need to accept like different races and different classes. Is it? So the first step is like we already agree with you. How about can you think about our side and like can you give me a little bit of pityness on them, on us? This is the one like I'm mentioning about like even we didn't even see that like any visible part. I already saw the visible part. It is like the way like prostitute and stripper ask for husband and wife from you. I am a millionaire at Myanmar at 1992. It was long ago. But I'm homeless in 2022. Maybe this year. I give the solution to behave like the upper classes or upper races. Even we are poor at work, the lower races twisted the law and to use those laws on all classes of us. Old folks did not allow our poor class to use because lower races are rich and they got a higher position. See the differences? Even we are higher races, but we are poor. We can't even like say like we can work for you. We don't want to give you customer services. Why? We are still higher races. They even got the manager position. They are even lower than us. Because of that one, I'm really afraid that like my bill will not pass like kind of like I can turn down the job wherever I want, or I can keep the customer service. I can turn down the position, like the one like for customer service, loader, receiving employee. All are like because of the races. So everyone know that one if lower race is use the law only two reasons. Rich white people want to push lower races to flower the lower races and push away from the white. Lower races want to get rich, want to get a rich white or and Chinese. Only two way. From American side, they push to the poor side. Poor mean lower race side, right? They have bad idea and push you to the other side, or maybe the other poor people or poor race, lower race. They are just trying to like drag you to their side, seducing. So we all need to treat them like the same level. We also show them that like with a tier that like we need to allow them to make friends with us. Otherwise, like they say like, oh, you are too rude, and then, like you are even like about racist. You don't give the humane to us. Don't say humane. This is like for normal way. We are also normal. We are also human. You need to work for me. You need to treat me that the same like other people. So, what should we need to do? I don't even know what should we need to do. We all need to treat them the same level. We also show them like here that we need to allow them to make friends with us. We are also human. So we need to use the same way like they show us. We show with the tear with our poor manner to them that like we are also human and we want to be in our own group and people. If we do not allow them into our community, they need to feel secure by themselves. And we beg them not to show us their tear and their inferiority to us our friendship and friendly communication with them. Can we do like this? We can tell them that like they need to accept that lower races are lower than upper races, accept different races and different classes. They cannot use the human rights discrimination law equally treated to force upper races to see, treat, and talk to them the same level. If I say we are not stupid, can they accept that one? Those days are over. Representative Maya involved in the humanitarian route, and he was deployed to the Iraq from 2010 to 2011, serving as an intelligence advisor. His wife, Gabrielle, is a Brazilian. I didn't know how they met, but a U.S. billionaire involved in the humanitarian and deployed to the Iraq, and then reject the lower race Chia by showing their inferiority and heartbreaking. I need to be heartbreaking for both sides, right? Billionaire side and lower race side, his white side. I compared that one like as an example because like billionaire went to the Iraq. It's really painful, heartbreaking for billionaire, for Representative Maya, and also for his father too. Hank Maya is the billionaire too. That kind of billionaire need to go to the Iraq. How will you feel? Oh, okay. So I feel heartbreaking for the billionaire side. How about lower race? His wife Gabriel got the win the lot. Got him. So it's really great that like she got him, right? Even like from lower race as a lower race, that's really a great chances to get him, right? So if I say like, oh, Gabriel is very lucky, Representative Maya need to keep his wife. It's good for you. Is that good for Representative Maya? How about he's good for me? It's not fair for him, right? Even he is good for me, it's not fair for him. Am I right? So I compare that as an example, and I hope people around the world do not use like nice word to change about race, to see them the same level and to communicate with them the same level. Representative Maya is a billionaire and he already like lost. Then everyone has family, and if your son or daughter work for someone at the overseas, how will you feel unless your son or daughter work at the US? I was born in Myanmar, but I'm Chinese. Instead of overseas Indian African, I was born in Myanmar. My situation is the same like Representative Maya. I want China citizenship right now instead of like Myanmar. Because like my parents are Chinese. My grandfather is the Chinese from China. He just ran into the Myanmar because of like some of the finance, it's some of the problem that occur in the China food chain. So we still didn't get back our China citizenship. Not only African, Myanmar also went the Chinese, right? Chinese are also number two in the whole world. So like at Myanmar, just only a few people, less than 10 or less than even 50 American at the Myanmar. So how about Chinese? We have like kind of like almost like 10 to 12 streets at Myanmar. So like one street is like almost like 15,000 times 10, 15,000, 150,000. Not even a million. Just only in the largest city. So even like we live in Chinatown, we also feel like kind of like we need to give that humane. But that kind of race differences if in every country exist. Humanitarian and inferiority is for giving away product and supply only, not our racist people as a donation to be your friend or husband or wife. We need freedom for our next generation to be ourselves, selfish, instead of like humane. I really hope like God will help our races with the veto power to do the amendment for discrimination law and equally treated. You need to see us upper races and upper classes. If you see that we are rich, we cannot pass this bill because we are rich and we are upper races. We need to give the humane to you. But if you see us, we are poor, we can pass this bill, right? Poor upper race also need a like kind of like I can't work for you. That kind of attitude we can behave, right? Because we are poor, we don't have manager position. You got manager position, so we should have that kind of freedom. I'm Chinese, and if you see me as a whole, I cannot persuade everyone to pass that amendment. So it is your call, and then you need to like check every single point I mentioned for the solution. And then if you think like it is fair, then we can pass this bill as an amendment. Thank you.